religion or background. We will not accept unwarranted, uneducated, There is nothing typical about 15,000 children live streamed deaths being watched. And there is nothing acceptable about our institutional complicity, silence, or the gross misuse of police force nationwide. The world is in desperate need of change, and we must be the ones to do it. So this goes to everybody here today, my friends and family, professors, deans, and my fellow students. We must use every opportunity we have to make change.
your music and a lot of political. There's forms of music that are getting more
like to know who I was talking to, wouldn't you? And I'll tell you what she looks like. You might find it interesting.
My body goes sleep when my body goes sleep when my body goes sleep when my body goes sleep when
say yes. I say like exactly.
So you're nervous about this interview?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You seem pretty calm.
I'm good at that.
So we're going to start by talking about weed.
I love weed.
Is that a lie?
That was truthful.
Are you high right now?
Yes. Yes, I'm high.
Did you just smoke?
Yeah, on the way over here. Damn, I'm telling too much of the truth. I'm like snitching on myself.
Do you have any on you right now?
No.
Lisa?
No, he's good. He's clean.
Do you smoke every day?
Yes.
Multiple times a day?
Hella.
Right when you wake up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Before you go to bed?
Yes, sir.
In the middle of the night?
For sure.
In the middle of the night.
Sometimes.
I read in an interview that you spend $10K a month on weed.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still true?
It's probably more now. Yeah. Shit.
Up next, music. Is there a song by another artist that you wish you made?
Let me think. No. Nope.
Do you think that mumble rap is a good direction for hip hop?
Yeah.
Would you say that Biggie is a better rapper than Tupac?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I feel like Pac's like flicking me off for saying that. Fuck you. Biggie was a better lyricist. Pac was like real life, like say stuff that people had been through, and Biggie, he could create a story. Both are a great art form, but I respect the lyricism of Biggie for sure. Yeah.
Do you enjoy listening to your own music?
Yes.
So with Rolling Paper 2 coming out, did you draw a lot of inspiration from the original?
Yeah. Yes.
Will this album be as good as Rolling Paper? Straight up.
My best project ever. Yeah. My hair looks good in that picture.
Let's move on to collaborators. Is Snoop Dogg your best friend?
Yes.
Who smokes more, you or Snoop Dogg?
Me.
What about you or Seth Rogen?
Me. Yeah. What's up, Seth?
Push that.
Hey. Like, it's no, I'm an over there. Hey.
Vad your feelings are you in it?
Here, so it.
Nesni. Japs. Push in the mark. Eric Nisi.
Say.
Push here not great. Isn't fake.
Dude had his dick out.
Were you on Clueless Gamer with this man?
Oh yeah, that's when I was playing that one game. He looks fried in that picture.
Did he actually smoke with you?
I don't want to give out nobody's business.
Okay.
And that's the truth, that I don't want to give out anybody's business.
When you played Mateo on American Dad,
Okay.
did you audition for that?
on Teen Titans Go. And I want to be on Rick and Morty. Yeah.
Me too.
See? Same game.
Was it your idea to collaborate with Miley Cyrus?
It was actually her idea. Yeah. Miley, I can say out loud that she smokes pot without getting in trouble.
Up next, we'll talk about philosophy. Do you believe that we have free will?
No.
Why not?
Because a lot of the stuff that you want to do for yourself, you get in trouble for, or slowly but surely throughout life, they try to teach you that that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do what people around you think you're supposed to do, like expectations, and that takes away from free will.
Do you believe that we have a soul?
No. Because like a soul is a thing, like you can identify a soul, like we're just this thing, you know what I'm saying? And like to put a name on it and call it a soul, you get a visual of like a ghost or something like that, and I don't believe in that. I just believe like energies and things like that.
Do you think that love is just a feeling?
No, I don't think that.
Vicious.